In the early 1970s, theater audiences were captivated by a groundbreaking disaster film called Airport. This classic featured stars like Burt Lancaster and Dean Martin, and was skillfully crafted by writer and director George Seaton. Based on Arthur Haley's novel of the same name, the movie took inspiration from a real-life event revolving around Continental Flight 11 in 1962. This gripping narrative blends fact with fiction to deliver a thrilling cinematic experience that left a lasting impact on viewers. A tale woven with suspense and drama, Airport remains a testament to the powerful storytelling potential of film. During a snowstorm at Lincoln International Airport, an airport manager works tirelessly to keep the airport operational. Simultaneously, a suicide bomber plots to blow up a Boeing 777 mid-flight. Personal stories interweave, influencing every minute decision made by the airport and airline staff. Burt Lancaster, who headlined the movie above the title with Dean Martin, made a great deal of money off this film. Despite Lancaster's financial success, he despised the movie, calling it the worst piece of junk he'd ever made. He only agreed to star in the film in exchange for the studio financing several non-commercial projects that interested him. The film grossed $45 million in North America alone, just shy of the $50 million threshold that would trigger Lancaster's 10% profit from the movie. Despite its monetary success, Lancaster's disdain for the movie was clear. In 1970's Airport, the real star was the Boeing 777 with the serial number of 19,351, the 503rd off the production line. Leased to Universal Pictures from Flying Tigers, now Federal Express, the plane featured in exterior shots. After filming, it returned to Flying Tigers before being sold to various owners. Sadly, it met a tragic end, crashing during a landing approach in Brazil on March 21, 1989. The filming locations for Airport were all at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport. This decision was made due to the airport's consistent heavy snowfall. Initially, there was light snow, leading the producers to use bleach sawdust to supplement the scant snow. However, a snowstorm eventually arrived, resolving the issue. When the production cost of the film just spiraled over budget, Universal chairman Lew Wasserman told producer Ross Hunter to shut the project down. Hunter persisted and ended up finishing the film. Universal executives predicted that it would be a flop. They didn't think it would do anything at the box office. Their plan was to premiere it in a multitude of markets, hoping to recoup their loss before word of mouth killed it at the box office. To their surprise, the film turned out to be a hit and brought in huge profits for the studio. The producer Hunter publicly boasted that the film paid the salaries at Universal for several years. This statement made him get real sideways with Universal chairman Lew Wasserman, and they didn't pick back up his contract when it was time for renewal. In the 1970 movie Airport, the fictional airline known as Trans Global Airlines was meticulously portrayed, with props such as the TGA logo making appearances in various films featuring airline interior scenes after the movie's release. The producers paid close attention to detail, ensuring accuracy in most aspects, including the realistic communications between the aircraft and air traffic controllers, mirroring real-life protocols. This commitment to authenticity helped immerse viewers in the world of the film, creating a sense of realism that enhanced the overall viewing experience. In the shots of the airport terminal in this classic, you can see the ticket counters for Northwest Orient Airlines, Western Airlines, Pan Am, Tudaway, and Continental Airlines. It's quite surprising that none of these airlines exist today, either because they went bankrupt or because of mergers. The airplane model used for the miniature shots was also featured in the television show Emergency. In the 1976 episode, The Girl on the Balance Beam, the paramedics rescue an actress in a harness for a flying scene. She was in front of a night sky backdrop with the airplane model on wires in the shot. In 1970, the movie Airport was among the first films to ever top $100 million at the box office. However, it still ranked second for the year, as the movie Love Story took in $106 million, surpassing it. Both of these movies were nominated for the Best Picture Academy Award, but they eventually lost the top Oscar to the movie Patton. Airport and Love Story may not have taken home the top honors, but their significant box office success cemented their places in cinematic history. Airport remains a classic example of the disaster genre that captivated audiences during that era. During the scene where Burt Lancaster and Commissioner Ackerman are arguing over closing down the airport, there is a model in the conference room of Boeing's proposed supersonic transport plane. This was once thought to be the future of air travel, but in reality, America's SSTs never made it beyond the design stages. The sleek and futuristic design of the supersonic transport plane captured the imagination of many, but technical and financial challenges prevented it from becoming a reality. Despite the hopes pinned on it for revolutionizing air travel, the supersonic transport plane remained grounded in the realm of dreams and models. It serves as a reminder of the ambitious, but ultimately unrealized visions of the past. In the 1970 movie Airport, the reservation agents used the IBM 2260 display station, one of the first interactive computer terminals introduced in 1964. This technology marked the early applications of interactive computing over dedicated networks, particularly in the airline ticketing and reservation system. Despite its vintage appearance, the terminal played a crucial role in facilitating tasks for the agents within the film. Its implementation showcased the evolving landscape of technology in the 20th century, demonstrating how advancements in computing were revolutionizing industries like aviation. The IBM 2260 display station symbolized a significant step forward in streamlining processes and improving efficiency, setting the stage for further technological innovation in the years to come. In 1970, Edith Head, the famous costume designer, crafted a line of airport-inspired clothing for the high-strawn fiber company, utilizing its Travera polyester fabric. The collection was aptly named the Airport Look Collection and made its debut with a fashion show in January of that year. However, despite the anticipation surrounding its release, the line did not resonate with consumers as expected. The Airport Look Collection failed to gain traction in the fashion market and was quietly withdrawn soon after its launch. Despite the initial hype, this venture did not meet the success it aimed for, leading to its discreet exit from the fashion scene. The movie Airport is loosely based on real events that occurred in 1962, when Continental Airlines Flight 11 was bombed by Thomas Doty. Unlike the film, the explosion led to the in-flight destruction of the 707, causing a catastrophic event. Remarkably, among the 45 passengers on board, one individual survived the impact after falling 26,000 feet from the sky. Sadly, this survivor passed away 90 minutes later. The tragic and harrowing events depicted in the film showcase the intensity and heart-wrenching reality of such disasters. Airport engages viewers with its gripping portrayal of survival and loss in the face of a horrifying event. In the movie Airport, Thomas Doty had a motive. His wife and daughter stood to collect on a $300,000 life insurance policy. After Doty's death was ruled a suicide, the insurance policy was voided. All his widow received was a meager $3 refund. Following the tragic event, Doty's wife kept silent. She passed away in 2008 at the age of 81. In July of 2010, a memorial was erected near the crash site in Unionville, Missouri, on the anniversary of the crash. The movie Airport was released on May 29, 1970, premiering as the first 70mm film at New York's Radio City Music Hall. Running for 12 weeks, this classic was an absolute blockbuster, with a total box office of $100,489,000. Critics were rather harsh on it, as they tend to be with disaster films, but the studio had the last laugh as it achieved its main goal of making money. In 1970, a movie called Airport took flight and soared into the hearts of many. This classic film set the stage for a new era of disaster movies. With its thrilling storyline set in a bustling airport, it captivated audiences around the globe. Airport not only entertained, but also showcased the star power of its cast, including acting legends such as Burt Lancaster and Dean Martin. This movie was significant for its time, reflecting the anxieties and adventures of the 1970s. Its impact on popular culture endures even today, making it a true classic in the world of cinema. In creating the cast for the 1970 movie Airport, the casting process involved careful selection for each key actor's role. The pivotal moment in casting the lead role of airport manager Mel Bakersfeld came when the producers chose Burt Lancaster for his strong presence and acting prowess. For the role of the troubled wife, Nancy Bakersfeld, the auditions led to Barbara Hale, known for her emotional depth and on-screen chemistry with Lancaster. Supporting roles were equally crucial. Dean Martin landed the role of pilot Vernon Demarest after an impressive chemistry test with Jacqueline Bisset, who played his lover. For the part of the stowaway Ada Quonset, the producers selected Helen Hayes, a seasoned actress whose auditions showcased her skill and charm. George Kennedy stood out during auditions for the role of Joe Petroni, the tough airline mechanic, with his authenticity and rugged persona. Lastly, Maureen Stapleton's audition for the role of Inez Guerrero, a brash and humorous waitress, won over the casting team with her natural comedic timing. Each actor brought unique talent and personality to their roles, shaping the ensemble that made Airport a success. The directorial vision behind the 1970 movie Airport was focused on bringing a gripping and suspenseful story to life. The director aimed to create intense drama and high stakes within the confines of an airport setting. Drawing inspiration from classic disaster films, the director infused the movie with tension and excitement, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats throughout. In terms of style, the director employed a mixture of wide shots to capture the vastness of the airport and close-ups to emphasize the emotions of the characters. The use of dynamic camera angles and fast-paced editing contributed to the sense of urgency and chaos within the film. Collaborating closely with the cast and crew, the director worked to ensure that each performance enhanced the overall narrative. By encouraging improvisation and authenticity in the actors' portrayals, the director brought a sense of realism to the film, allowing the audience to connect with the characters on a deeper level. Additionally, the director coordinated with the crew to orchestrate elaborate set pieces and special effects, bringing the thrilling moments of the story to life on screen. Through a combination of creative influences, distinct style elements, and close collaboration with the cast and crew, the director successfully brought the vision of Airport to fruition, delivering a memorable and impactful cinematic experience. During the production of the 1970 movie Airport, the set design and locations played a crucial role in bringing the story to life. The film utilized a combination of practical sets and models to recreate the bustling airport environment. Logistical challenges such as coordinating multiple moving parts and ensuring actor safety on the elaborate sets were carefully managed. Innovative techniques like using miniatures and special effects to create realistic airplane scenes were employed to enhance the cinematic experience. The production team's attention to detail in set design and creative problem-solving in filming challenges contributed to the film's success. The creation of 1970 movie Airport score and soundtrack was a collaborative effort aimed at enhancing the film's narrative and emotional tone. Composers and musicians worked closely to craft music that would resonate with the audience and elevate the viewing experience. The music was designed to complement the scenes, heightening suspense, drama, and emotions. The composers aimed to create melodies that would underscore the tension and excitement of the movie's plot, while also evoking a sense of nostalgia and melancholy when needed. By blending different musical elements and styles, the soundtrack added depth and richness to the storytelling, making Airport a more immersive and engaging cinematic experience. Various instruments, from orchestral strings to brass and percussion, were utilized to create a diverse and evocative sound palette. The composers experimented with different musical motifs and themes to underscore the characters' motivations and conflicts, adding layers of complexity to the storytelling. Through the music, viewers could feel the adrenaline of high-stakes moments, the romance between characters, and the somberness of difficult decisions. The soundtrack became an integral part of the movie, enhancing the visuals and dialogue to create a fully realized cinematic universe. The composers and musicians involved in crafting Airport score and soundtrack understood the importance of their work in shaping the audience's emotional journey. Their passion and dedication to creating music that resonated with the film's narrative paid off, resulting in a soundtrack that stands the test of time and continues to be celebrated by audiences around the world. Through their collaborative efforts, they brought Airport to life in a way that transcended the screen, leaving a lasting impact on the movie industry and the hearts of viewers. In the 1970 movie Airport, one of the most iconic scenes is when a bomb explodes on an airplane. The director skillfully builds tension leading up to the explosion, keeping the audience on the edge of their seats. The performance of the actors during this scene is intense and believable, adding to the realism of the situation. The cinematography captures the chaos and panic that ensues after the explosion, with shots of passengers screaming and running for safety. The impact on the audience is profound, as they are gripped by the danger and uncertainty faced by the characters. Filmmakers and actors have commented on the meticulous attention to detail in this scene, highlighting how it was carefully crafted to evoke a strong emotional response from viewers. The combination of direction, performance, cinematography, and the overall narrative context makes this scene truly unforgettable in cinematic history. The 1970 movie Airport had a significant cultural and social impact. It resonated with audiences by showcasing the dangers and thrills of air travel, capturing the anxieties and excitement surrounding flying. The film influenced pop culture by popularizing the disaster movie genre, inspiring a wave of similar films in the subsequent years. Airport contributed to discussions on safety and security in air travel, highlighting the challenges faced by both passengers and airport staff in times of crisis. Its themes of heroism, teamwork, and overcoming adversity struck a chord with viewers, reflecting the societal values of the time. Overall, Airport left a lasting impression on audiences and left its mark on the cultural landscape of the 1970s. Airport, the 1970 movie, received a varied critical reception. While some reviewers praised its suspenseful storyline and stellar cast, others criticized it for being melodramatic and cliched. Audiences seemed more forgiving and generally enjoyed the film, especially appreciating the tense moments and strong performances. Despite the mixed reviews, Airport received recognition in the form of 10 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Supporting Actress for Helen Hayes, who won the award. These accolades acknowledge the film's technical achievements and performances, bringing prestige and honor to those involved in its production. The awards also validated the efforts of the cast and crew, highlighting their contributions to the success of Airport. During the filming of the 1970 movie Airport, there was an amusing incident involving actor Burt Lancaster. In a scene where he had to carry Jacqueline Bisset, Lancaster actually tripped and nearly dropped her. Thankfully, both actors managed to maintain their composure and finish the scene without any injuries. This unexpected mishap provided a moment of tension on set, but added a touch of spontaneity to the scene. Such unforeseen events often create memorable moments in the world of cinema, showcasing the resilience and professionalism of the cast and crew involved in bringing a movie to life. The 1970 movie Airport holds a significant place in film history, being one of the first disaster films of its kind. Its success influenced the creation of many disaster movies that followed, impacting the way filmmakers approach storytelling and special effects. Airport inspired a wave of disaster-themed films such as The Towering Inferno and The Poseidon Adventure, shaping a new genre in the film industry. This movie's legacy lies in its pioneering role in popularizing disaster films and setting the stage for many more to come. As you reminisce about the 1970 movie Airport, consider the impact it had on your cinematic journey. Reflect on how this classic film shaped your perspective on storytelling and film production. Share your memories and experiences with us, and let's celebrate the nostalgia together. Engage with likes, shares, and subscriptions for more enriching cinematic experiences.